Hello friend, in today's video we will learn how we can control the different types of application like DC motor, bulb, LED, buzzer through our mobile application on our actual Raspberry Pi. So you can see on the screen we have LCD also to display the status of all the devices. So from mobile application we will control all these applications. Before start the next part, I would like to tell you what we will learn in this video. So we will learn how to design this type of project, how we can connect the different types of devices with Raspberry Pi. We can see the circuit diagram also, and then we can design the mobile application, and through that mobile application we will control the different types of devices. So I request you please watch this complete video so that you will get idea about each and everything. This video may be the 30 minutes video, but in this video I will definitely try to cover all the part of this video like circuit diagram and the programming also. So if you want to learn this complete project, you should watch this complete video. So before start the next part, first we will see what will be the final output first of this project, so that you will understand what you will learn. Okay, before start the next part, I request you please subscribe my channel. Currently you can see I have 1102 subscriber and the 2604 watch hour, but to verify my channel on the YouTube I require 4000 watch hour and 1000 subscriber. So with your support, thanks for support. Already I have completed 1000 subscriber limit, but the 4000 watch hour limit is still there. So please watch my all the video, please support me. Also you can see once you click on the subscribe button, it is also beneficial for you because you will learn many projects from me with a free. I haven't taken any charges for any project. Just watch my all the video and you will improve your knowledge. And you can see I have uploaded more than 54 video on the YouTube. So please watch each and every video so that I can complete my YouTube criteria to verify my channel. Thanks for support. So when you start the project, you can see mobile application running on your mobile and status also display on the screen. So light LED off and bulb off. This is the status all. So if I want to turn on this LED, then I will press LED on button from this mobile application. So I will press on button. So you can see LED gets turned on, and this is the IoT application. So through internet we are going to control all these devices. So it is not important you should inside the room also, or you should out of your city also. You can easily control these devices. So let's say if I want to turn off the LED, so what will I do? I will just press turn off LED button. So LED will turn off. Let's say I want to turn on the fan, so I will press turn on the fan button here. Then you can see fan start rotating. And let's say if I want to stop the fan, then I can press stop the fan button. If I want to turn on the buzzer, then I can press buzzer on button, then buzzer start ringing. And if I want to stop the buzzer, I will press stop. And let's say if I want to turn on the AC bulb, that is actual bulb which are used in your home, so I will turn on the buzzer bulb by using this button. So you can see bulb will turn on through the relay and bulb also turn off. So this type of project we will design, develop, complete, and this project completely free. You will not to pay anything. I will provide the complete program also. So please watch this complete video so that you will get idea about each and everything. Okay, now first we will connect the LCD module with Raspberry Pi. As you can see at here I have LCD module separately and Raspberry Pi separately. So on LCD module you can see this is designed by me, and also the you can see it is completely designed on. Now you can see it is completely designed on the 0 PCB. So how I designed this, you can see on the screen the schematic diagram of this LCD module. So on real time we have this only we get this. So on real time when you buy on the Amazon, you only get this LCD module, and this LCD module has this 16 number or 50 number pins. So with this 16 and 50 number pin, you have to how to connect that one with Raspberry Pi. For that you require this 0 PCB module. So how I design this 0 PCB module? By using the circuit diagram. So I will share the circuit diagram on screen. You can see on the screen whatever the pin, output pin is connected to input side of controller. So that input side of controller pin is nothing but our floating pin, and with that floating pin we will connect our LCD module with any other controller. So with the help of this circuit I have designed this circuit. So when I plug this, so whenever I design this circuit, I need to plug this one LCD module on this one. Okay, now with this you can see, at this side we have common VCC, at this side we have common ground. Then at this point you can see there is a input pin of this LCD module. So first pin is RS pin, then enable, then D7, D6, D5 and D4. So these are the output pins of this LCD. So we will connect only this pin with Raspberry Pi, the VCC and ground pin also with Raspberry Pi. So I hope with the zero PCB or breadboard PCB you can able to create this circuit with the help of circuit diagram I have shown on the I already shown on the screen. So please create this circuit diagram by your own by soldering the PCB like this one, or by using the by using the breadboard also. Okay, now once you get this once you create this circuit on the zero PCB, now we will connect this pin one by one with Raspberry Pi. So first point we will connect the RS pin to pin number 7. So for that we require the female to female connector. So I will connect the RS pin to the pin number 7. You can focus, this first pin is RS pin. Then I have connect this RS pin to pin number 7 of Raspberry Pi. So before starting the next part, I need to pay your attention here. You can see on Raspberry Pi, I by myself only created this page and paste this page on the Raspberry Pi pin, so that I can easily identify the pin number of Raspberry Pi. So even number pin come at this side and odd number pin come at this side, but with this page number I can easily identify the pin number of Raspberry Pi. So I hope you also do the same at your side, so that you can easily identify the pin number with Raspberry Pi. So first pin is this one, then second, then third, then 4, 5, 6. So even number at this side and even number at this side and odd number at that side only. Okay, once you connect the RS pin, next pin is enable pin. So I will connect enable pin to pin number 11 of Raspberry Pi. So take this enable pin and I will connect this enable pin to pin number 11. Now we will connect the D4 pin from this PCB to Raspberry Pi 12 number pin. So connect D4 pin with Raspberry Pi 12 number pin. Okay, after that connect the D5 pin to Raspberry Pi 30 number pin. So D5 pin from Raspberry Pi connected to 13 number pin. After that D4, D5, D6 pin should be connected to Raspberry Pi 50 number pin. So D6 of LCD should be connected to Raspberry Pi 15 number. Then after that D7 pin should be connected to Raspberry Pi 16 number pin. So D7 should be connected to Raspberry Pi 16 number. So in this way we have completed the connection of LCD module. With Raspberry Pi. Now we will give the common ground and common VCC to Raspberry Pi. So this side act as a common ground and this side act as a common VCC. So ground pin of Raspberry Pi is nothing but the 6 number pin. So I will connect ground pin to Raspberry Pi 6 number pin. Then VCC pin of this LCD should be connected to 2 number pin of Raspberry Pi. So VCC pin of this LCD should be connected to 2 number pin of Raspberry Pi. So in this way we have completed the circuit part of LCD with Raspberry Pi. Now we will shift. Now after we connect the LCD part with Raspberry Pi, now next part is we have to connect the buzzer module with Raspberry Pi. So buzzer having 2 pins. You can see this is my buzzer, and buzzer having 2 pin, one small pin and one big pin. Small pin is nothing but the ground pin of buzzer and big pin is nothing but the VCC pin of buzzer. So we will connect the ground pin of buzzer to common ground pin of our LCD pin. So I will take one So I will take one female to female connector, and from that I will take the ground pin from this buzzer, and I will connect this ground pin to the common ground pin of our circuit. Okay, then after that, next part of buzzer is VCC pin, that is the power pin of this buzzer, and this power pin of this buzzer should be connected to 36 number pin of Raspberry Pi. So connect this pin to 36 number pin. So in this way buzzer part is completed. We have connected the ground pin to the ground and VCC pin to 36 number of Raspberry Pi. Now next circuit we will connect the DC motor with Raspberry Pi. So you can see for the DC motor we require the DC motor driver IC to rotate the motor in clockwise and in anti-clockwise direction. So this IC you can purchase, this model you can purchase from the Flipkart, from the Amazon. You have to just search motor driver IC L293D on the Amazon or on the Flipkart. Then after that, at the side of DC motor you can see there are two pins. So you have to connect any two pins to the output side of motor driver IC. So motor driver IC as output side, you can see there are 6 pins, and in that 6 pin 2 pins are considered as output. So in this you can see these 2 pin work as output pin. So I have connected that 2 pin output motor pin to the output pin of L293D IC. Now at the input side of L293D IC you can see many pins. So we will use some of this pin from all those pins. So first pin is IN1, first pin is input 1, input 2. Then next pin is enable, then VCC and ground. So first we connect the input 1 pin to Raspberry Pi 31 number pin. So focus here, I will connect the input 1 pin to Raspberry Pi 31 number pin. So in your L293D IC there also have the input 1 pin, so you have to connect that pin to 31 number. So I will take the input 1 pin, and this pin should be connected to 31 number pin of Raspberry Pi. Then after that, input 2 pin of L293D IC should be connected to 32 number pin of Raspberry Pi. So take the again female to female wire and input 2 should be connected to 32 number. Then next pin is enable pin of L293D IC, that is EN pin. So EN pin should be connected to VCC pin of Raspberry Pi, and we have taken the common VCC pin at this side. So I will connect that pin to the common VCC pin. Now next part is you have to connect the VCC pin of L293D IC to VCC pin of Raspberry Pi. So common VCC pin I will again connect there. Now next part is ground pin of L293D IC should be connected to ground pin of Raspberry Pi. We have taken the common ground pin here, so that we will connect that pin to ground pin. So I hope you understand the connection of DC motor with Raspberry Pi. Simple connection. There are 4 pin at the input side and the 2 pin at the output side. You have to connect a common VCC pin to VCC, then ground to ground, enable to VCC, then IN1, IN2 to Raspberry Pi pins. That's it. Now next very important part, how to connect the AC bulb with Raspberry Pi. So to connect the AC bulb with Raspberry Pi, you require the relay module, this module. So you can purchase this module from the Amazon or from the Flipkart. So in my side there are 4 relay. At your side you can have 1 relay also, 2 relay also. so connection will be same. So each relay module having 3 pins. You can see first pin is VCC pin, second pin is ground pin, and then input pin of each relay. As I have 4 relays, so 4 input pin I have, and the output side of each relay there are middle pin, that is a common pin, then normally open pin and normally close pin. So first what we do, first we will take the bulb holder. So when you purchase a bulb holder, you can see this you have in your house. So what you have to do, you have to cut any one of this pin, either red or a yellow, or any one of this pin you have to cut. So I have cut red pin. So after I cut the red pin, you can see there are 2 pins I have got from this side. So red pin I have cut, and I got a 2 pins, and yellow pin is completely single. So now what you have to do, you have to take the first pin of this red pin to the middle point of this relay, that is the common pin of this any relay. So that is middle point. So connect this cut pin to middle point, and second cut pin to the open collector pin, open load pin of this relay. So connect that 2 pin here. So focus very carefully at this side. So 1 pin I have taken, that is cut pin, from my bulb holder to middle pin. So you can see middle pin is this one, so I have connected here. Now the next pin is another red pin, that is you have cut, so that you get another pin. So another pin should be connected to open load. So this is the open load, so I will place here. Now next part is you have to connect VCC and ground pin of this relay to common VCC and common ground point. So take one, again female to female connector, take the VCC pin of this relay. So this is the VCC pin, and I will connect this VCC pin to common VCC pin. Then ground pin of this relay should be connected to ground pin of Raspberry Pi, that is common ground. So this one is ground and should be connected to ground, common ground. Now next part is IN1 pin, that is input pin for this relay, should be connected to 29 number of Raspberry Pi. So take 1 pin and it should be connected to 29 number. Okay, so in this way the relay part is completed. You have connected the bulb also at the output side of relay, and easily you can turn on and turn off the bulb. Now next part is you have to connect the LED with Raspberry Pi. So how to connect the LED? You require this circuit, or you can have the 0 PCB also at output at 0 PCB, or on breadboard also you can create this circuit like common pin this side and common pin this side. So I have soldered 2 pin so that I can put my LED at this pin. So to control the voltage of LED, we require the resistor. So 1 point of resistor should be connected to one side of this pin, and another point of resistor should be connected to another point of this circuit, or on breadboard you can do the same. Now next part is LED have 2 pins, VCC and ground, that is greater pin is VCC and smaller one is ground. So I will take the smaller one pin to this point of this resistor, any one of this point, and greater one should be the blank pin. So this blank pin should be connected to Raspberry Pi pin. So I will take 1 pin, male to female pin, and this I will connect here and put my LED at this place. Now I have to connect this pin to 33 number of Raspberry Pi. So I will connect this pin to 33 number. Okay, After that, next part, that is register second part, should be connected to ground pin of Raspberry Pi, so common ground. So register second part. So first part register we have connected to LED pin, and second part is this one. So I will take this pin, and this pin should be connected to common ground. Now in this way our complete circuit is done, and I hope you understand. If you don't understand, please watch this circuit connection explanation again. You will definitely understand, and you will definitely run your project. So if you want to learn the programming part of this project, then please go to the YouTube and search this control light DC motor LED AC through mobile application home automation project. This is a Proteus simulation of the same project, and in this Proteus simulation I have already explained the each and every line of this program. So you can go to directly time 15.27, and from that time you can check there is a program explanation chapter, and I will also provide the video link in the description. Please check the description. So if you want to learn that program, just go to this video and watch this video, so that you will get idea about each and every line about this program. So now first we see how to create the mobile application to send the data from Raspberry Pi on the mobile. So first you need to go to the Play Store. So type Play Store, then after you type Play Store, go to the search MQTT dashboard application. So once you search MQTT dashboard application, you can see this MQTT IoT and Node-RED controller dashboard application you should open. Then after that you should install that application. So once you install that application, open that application. So once you open that application, you can see this window will open, and first we need to add the broker for our project. So if you want to add the broker, just click on the add first broker. Then after that you should give the broker name here. So in that case my broker name is let's say Rahul. Then you should give the broker address. So broker address is starting with TCP // and then /. So in code you can see we already given the broker address on the line URL string OS environment get, then TCP broker EMQX IO. So type as it is that line here. So first type TCP, then /, then / 2 times, then broker, then .emqx, then .io. So this is your broker name. After that you have to provide the port name. The port number is 1883. That also we have given in our code. After that click on save button. So once you click on save button, this broker will be start connecting, and once there is start connecting, it will show broker is connected and there is nothing. Now before start the adding any button, make sure the internet is connected. Then click on this plus button, then go to the button. So once you go to the button, give the button name here. The first button is LED on, so LED on. Then publish topic. The topic name is our LED, that is defined in the code, and the payload is the actual message that you have to send after you press the button. So message is LED small underscore capital on. So and they go to the question mark, then select the icon, that is LED, search, select this LED, give the green color for this LED and click on OK, and click on OK. Now you can see we have created this. Then duplicate the message again, this one, duplicate this button, then go to this button, edit, then give here name LED off. Publish topic should be same LED, and payload, that is actual message you have to send, is LED off, off capital OFF. Then go to this icon and select the red color for off button and click on OK. Now we have created two buttons. Now for the same you have to create the button for bulb on and bulb off. So duplicate this on button again here and go to the edit, then give your name bulb on, and topic should be the bulb on. Publish topic should be LED and payload should be bulb on. Then change the icon, so give your icon bulb, click on OK, click finish. Then after with the same logic, bulb off, duplicate this one and go to this edit and give your name bulb off, payload should be the bulb off, and this message should be typed very carefully. It is with respect to code only, otherwise your hardware will not turn on and turn off. So bulb off, and click on OK again. So we have created 4 buttons. Now next part is for motor we have to create, for buzzer we have to create the button. So again duplicate this message, duplicate this button, go to edit and give your name buzzer on. Then topic should be same and the message should be buzzer on. So buzzer is B small buzzer and on should be capital as per the code. And click on this and change the icon here. You can give the bell icon here, bell, click on this bell. OK, save. Then same duplicate this topic again, and here topic should be buzzer off, then here should be buzzer off payload. Then change the icon, change the color, then icon, bell, this one, click on OK, click on OK. We have completed the for buzzer, LED and the bulb. Now next part is we have to create for the motor clockwise, anti-clockwise. So same again duplicate here, go to edit and give your name motor and clockwise, motor clockwise. Then LED is topic and the message should be as per the code motor underscore clock. So I will type here message motor underscore clock, and then you can change the motor icon here. So I will give fan here icon, then fan, this one, click on OK, click on OK. Now this one is created. With the same duplicate this one, motor anti-clockwise, give the name here motor anti-clockwise. Then payload should be motor anti as per the code. So motor ANTI, and change the color, click on OK, click on OK. Now third button is duplicate again and stop, motor stop. So should be edit, give the name here stop, and payload should be motor stop as per code. So code is as per code, this one motor stop, and change the color as per you want, click on OK and place OK. So in this way we have created the app successfully. Now we will check app will work or not with our project. So before starting this video, we will see what are the importance library that need to be installed into your Raspberry Pi so that you can access the PAHO client. So first library is sudo pipe install PAHO MQET. So to install this PAHO client library on your Raspberry Pi, go to the terminal and just type this command on your terminal, press enter. So it will install the PAHO client on your Raspberry Pi. Make sure internet is connected to your Raspberry Pi before installing this library. Now we will see how to run this project. To run this project, you have to first download the program from my Google Drive link, the Google Drive link given in the description. So once you download the program, open your Raspberry Pi. So if you haven't installed the OS into Raspberry Pi, so please watch my first video, go to my playlist and watch my first video how to install the OS into Raspberry Pi. Then after that you download my code, and then after that go to that code file. So this is the code file, and double click on this code file. So make sure that the internet is connected to a Raspberry Pi through this Wi-Fi, and after that if you want to run the code, just click on this run button. So if there is no error, you can see subscribe message, and also on the LCD you can see welcome and your project start working. So once you place the button, the respective device will be turn on and turn off. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and please like my channel.